Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Laphroaig 18. Dustin, it's
the
back.
Distinguished one, which actually, I have this bottle, Mike, and I never noticed that. Did you catch that?
The Distinguished one. Dustin, one of my favorite all-time whiskeys, as you know. I still have plenty of the old ones backed up. A bottle that was regularly available in Columbus, Ohio for many, many years. I fell in love with it the first time I had it. 48% ABV, all ex-bourbon maturation, and it always was. Just to,
yes.
So people were cloudy on that point.
We had a little debate on that one, and we confirmed.
And as soon as I heard the announcement, because I'm part of Friends of Laphroaig, I get the emails, and they said, we're bringing it back. I said, we're doing that whiskey. Whatever it takes to do that whiskey, we're doing that whiskey. And one day we're going to bring, salty pour, we're going to bring,
all right.
Comparison with the old ones for sure, but we just wanted to, give it its due. Try to explore this particular whiskey. I opened it up a few months back. Dustin and I did a live stream.
Still out there. It's got about 1,000 views, Mike. People watch it.
It was fun. So we want to just take our time with this individual whiskey, and at some point we'll compare it with the old 18s. But
we'll probably do that next time we get together. So probably 2-3 months, guys. You'll probably see that
for sure. But Laphroaig is one of my favorite distilleries. Always loved them. Always loved this particular 18. 48% is a great ABV, as you and I have said. That's the borderline great ABV. 46% leaves you wanting. 48%. I've never had a 48% whiskey and thought I need more. And I poured these heavy, Dustin.
I don't know if I've never wanted more, but 48 is a perfect ABV.
48 if they don't chill filter.
To kind of balance with those of us who like cask strength and those who really do not prefer cask strength. This is a good compromise. And I gotta say, Mike, I can't believe I never saw the Distinguished one, because right now on the nose, Mike, that's exactly what this is. It's distinguished whiskey. It's subtle, well-aged, well put together. It has that nice little bit of lemon, has a nice little bit of lime, has nice earthy mixture of like rocks and like seagrass and seaweed notes. But it's subtle. It's not over the top.
The old one was very similar. It came on quiet. It was like a lion waking up. You were in the cage with it. You were locked in, and it hadn't been up in hours, but you knew when he got up, it was a problem.
Yeah.
This just reminds me of just that. It's almost like Lagavulin or some good Ardbegs. It's just a big snake uncoiling. And that uncoiling, I mean just sweet oak, vanilla, and that beautiful, well-aged Laphroaig smoke that integrates smoke from the wood and just smoke from the peat so well. I love that double-fisted combination.
Yeah, I mean this is an older gentleman wearing a charcoal or navy suit. This is a woman wearing a long black dress. It's not flashy, but it's classy. It's something that it doesn't draw your attention, but when you see it, you go, "Oh, that's well done. They're put together. This is quality, but yet it's distinguished."
Yeah, there's no sharing it. So it's not going to be super exciting one way or the other. It's just well-aged, heavily peated whiskey.
We've had like the 21-year-old, that had an intensity on the nose.
Vanilla intensity because it's first fill casks.
Yeah, I mean, it was very punchy compared to this. This is so subtle, but yet so well done.
Yeah, this is far more spirited. Nice oak, nice vanilla.
And the alcohol is like non-existent here, Mike. Like I am not getting any ethanol notes. It is so subtle.
On some ways, this has always been an easy whiskey to take, and in some ways, it's just an absolute beast of a whiskey, especially on the palate.
Yeah, on the nose, this is about as subtle as a 48% can be, though. There's no aggressiveness here.
Yeah, see, to me, it's pent up a little bit still. I still feel like it's a boxer with his right hand cocked, just like, I'm going to hit you with this.
Mine's a little bit lower than yours, Mike, and I think I got mine about a week before you did. We ordered the same day, but somehow I got mine earlier because yours got held up in shipping or something.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. I was later in the day. Their day was over. I was the next business day for them.
Yeah, so mine's got a little bit more. It really hasn't changed much. This is just a subtle. I don't think it's a coiled up dragon. I think it's just a subtle whiskey, and I mean, that's okay. That is okay.
A little grain note coming up now, Dustin. A little golden hay. A little bit of salt.
There is a little bit of like a golden honey kind of note here, yeah.
The honey's very thin, but I would agree that it's there.
Yeah,
it was there yesterday. It's dried up.
All the sweetness here is thin. In fact, everything about this whiskey is thin with a nice little overcoat of smoke, mint.
There's a bit of mint. Slight tobacco.
Yeah.
Not a sweet tobacco. Vanilla tobacco.
It's candy cigar, man, or candy cigarette.
Candy cigarette.
Yeah, just so subtle, so refined, so well done. This is something that you bring out for somebody who appreciates peat but is not into punchy whiskey at all. And you go, hey, this is the next level. And this is going to blow their mind because it is the next level.
Yeah. That stinging coal smoke at the end. Finish on the palate. I mean, vanilla, a little bit of wheat. Get a little bit of oak. A slight twinge of citrus. And as soon as you swallow, it gets dirty and sooty pretty fast. But it's a contained fire, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to burn hot. It's going to be sooty and cold. But, it's in a chimney, so no one's going to hurt. You can be 2 feet away from it and be fine.
Yeah.
That's the age kind of coming in there, just like reassuring you that, it's gonna be hot and it's going to hug, but not too much.
There's a 2-mile-an-hour wind out today. We're not getting any smoke blowing our way.
No. It's fun to look at. A little bit here again. The citrus kind of kicks up here right at the end with a nice little oak bark note to it. I didn't really get a lot of char notes the first couple times I had this, but I'm getting a little bit of char now at the end.
For me, the showcase here is that subtle peaty mint note.
And you're right. There's
a nice Mentos, and it starts at the very beginning and it goes all the way to the finish.
It's with the vanilla. You're right.
It is. It's Mentos. It's that little bit of like mint vanilla note.
That's the stinging part of it.
And it's carrying through the whole way. It's just doing a wonderful job. Like, I'm breathing, and I'm thinking my breath is fresh. There's definitely some women I've known over the years that would tell me the opposite right now.
I definitely think it's better than what it is, I'm sure. It's giving me false hope here.
Yeah.
It does. It feels almost cooling, like Ardbeg cooling.
Yeah. But it's that mint note, and it's...
Arctic Blast.
Now, I gotta say, the Arrival, that 48% really is showing up there. It is oilier and richer than the nose led on. I don't think this is super oily. In fact, I think it's actually a little low on oiliness, which is why that 48 is so key. Because by giving it that little extra ABV, it makes it come off like a really oily 46.
Sure.
So it kind of hits that note. So it comes off
Laphroaig
really
isn't
nice.
a heavy whiskey anyway. I've said that many times. Laphroaig, as compared to its neighbors Ardbeg and Lagavulin, they're not as dense and meaty of a whiskey as that is. It's a lighter, airier whiskey, but it is more aromatic in regards to the smoke note. So a big billowing smoke note, sometimes it's a light smoke that's a ton of it, rather than a dense, oily, dirty smoke like Lagavulin and sometimes Ardbeg.
Oh, it's got a Tootsie Pop chocolate note.
I was going to say, right at the end here, I do feel like a little bit of chocolate's kind of creeped in, a little bit of chocolate on the wood on the sides.
Yeah, it's like that mint, and then I get a little bit of, it's like I'm biting into like one of those Tootsie Pops. A little bit of chocolate note there. And then, everything else you said with the tobacco, the lemon lime up front. It's not super sour. It's sweet lemon lime.
Yeah, we've had more sour whiskeys today, for sure.
Yeah,
And sometimes you think that with what I would assume is well-used ex-bourbon casks for I would say the majority of this mixture. I keep on. A lot of people want to know as good as the old one. It's different than the old one. Not much.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that, but I do recall the old one.
I like everything this is doing.
I don't remember as much mint on the old one. I do remember a little more citrus, but we'll have to go into a comparison because you know how that works.
Yeah, but once again, an extremely drinkable whiskey, even at 48%.
Oh my god, this is the most drinkable whiskey we've had today.
There
is not a single, I don't even say off note. There is not a note here that is aggressive enough where it could cause an issue unless you hate peat.
If you're not a smoke lover, yes.
Yeah, if you don't like smoke, but that's really the most aggressive thing here is a really nice, I would call it wood smoke. This is almost like you're
holding hands. The peat smoke and the wood smoke are almost even.
This is almost like if you're at the at a pizza place that does fire baked oven.
Yeah.
It's that level of smoke where it's just if you don't like that, man, what are you?
You don't like pizza.
You don't like smoke at all. Candles are not allowed to be lit in your house because at some point they'll get blown out and that'll just ruin your day.
Balvenie had a 17-year-old peat week and had a little picture of a chimney, in a little room smoked it, and this little little entrail of smoke.
Yeah,
and that's what it reminds me of. You get this little sootier.
As subtle and gentle as that Balvenie was, this is more so. How is this Laphroaig so much more subtle than that. It's just incredible. And sometimes, Mike, we say subtle in a negative way. That's it's subtle. It doesn't have enough doesn't have enough punch. No, I don't need more punch because this is so well crafted.
This is Laphroaig. This is heavily peated Laphroaig at 18 years old at 48%. You're right. I don't need that.
But this is more refined though than like the 25s. I think because it's not cask strength is part of it. But it's a softer, subtler, again, more distinguished.
I've always said the Lagavulin 16 was the bigger aristocrat of the Islas. The 18 was always, I thought, punching right at Lagavulin 16 back in the day. They're roughly the same price, within $5 or $6.
Boy, they are not now.
No, this is me and Dustin paid $170 plus shipping, or $190 to get these in here.
I think it was 180 pounds.
Yeah,
I think we were over 200 US. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap.
I don't know what the official US price is going to be, but I'm expecting 2+ on these for sure.
If you're gonna pay $400 for a Callan 18, 43%.
This is way better.
If you like smoke, it is. There's no doubt about that.
If you like whiskey, it is.
Yeah.
This has whiskey in it.
Yeah, I mean, so this is, okay, so say you're a lover of the 10 or the 10 cask strength. It doesn't come off as rich as that whiskey. But this comes off way older, way more refined, way more aristocratic.
Well, I mean, the 10s, depending on for our UK friends, this is richer because our poor friends in the UK get 40% 10. It's a crime.
Don't tell me that.
We get 43.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me they get 40'd out.
They get 40'd out, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
Same thing with, I think our friends in Australia also, I think, get hit with the 40. It's a crime.
We need to band together.
Yeah, water on the nose, Mike, may have made it even a little more vanilla'd.
Yeah, more vanilla, tamed it a bit more.
But the palate does seem a little bit getting thin at this point, so definitely don't think this needs water.
No, I mean, it's again, another perfect whiskey, just the way it is.
It's ready to go.
Ready to go.
But I mean, I can't stress enough, Mike, there's no biting notes on here. There's no spiciness that might offend. There's no bite. I mean, this
really
is just
was
soft,
gentle. I mean, that's what was always great about Laphroaig 18. It was a big ABV. If you like peated whiskey, you were going to like it. I mean, and it did so many things so well. It's a big whiskey as far as aromatics with the smoke. But you're right. I mean, ex-bourbon cask, no crazy cask maturation. You're not doing first fill cask. You're not doing this. You're just exposing the spirit for what it is after a couple of decades.
Yeah.
And 18 years old is an old whiskey.
It's just a showcase of quality whiskey.
Well, I am so happy with what Laphroaig has been doing lately.
Yeah. Well done.
Well done.
Round of applause on everything but the price here, really.
I mean, it's not out of the realm. Okay, so let's get to it. Whiskey score time. Where are you at? It's my bottle.
Yeah, so I'm going to give this an 88, Mike. And it's a super high 88 in that there's no reason why I couldn't go higher, but there's no reason to go higher because there's nothing in this whiskey that is wow. There's no awesome note. But I mean, if you were to tell me, hey, I'm giving this a 90, I don't think I could argue with you because it's without a flaw. When I start getting to 89 and 90, I start looking for a little bit of a wow factor. I don't think we get it here, but if you're just looking for a refined, well put together whiskey, I would struggle to tell you something distinctly better. So,
Take that for what it's worth. All right, Dustin. I was kicking around two numbers. It was an 88 and 89. I think you're right. I think it is an 88. For mainly the reasons you mentioned. It's not excellent in any particular way. The old ones, we got to go back to them and feel like if something was just a little bit better or something about it with the cask maturation or something like that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this whiskey. There was a lot of things I really like, but I like him at a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I like a lot of things out of 7 out of 10 here, but I don't like anything out of 8 or a 9.
Well, you know what? Here might be the issue. I remember the old one having a really long and really impressive finish. This doesn't.
Just average.
This has a really nice, pleasant finish.
This is kind of to some degree what you expect the Laphroaig 18 to be.
Yeah, but I do recall there being a little bit more finish, and that's probably where this one really has opportunity for the next batch they put together. If they can get the finish to be a little bit more exciting, a little more interesting, a little bit more like a 25.
Right. See, the thing is the 25 is as compared to, say, the 10 cask strength. I know Laphroaig doesn't offer a lot of in between, so we're jumping around here.
Don't have a lot of choices.
Right. So this comes off way more refined like the 25
Yeah.
does, but the 25 is progressed to the point where it has rounder fruits.
Yeah.
Where this doesn't really have those rounder fruits. I mean, it doesn't have anything that is a bit, aggressive on the first drink of a 10 cask strength.
Yeah.
But then again, it doesn't have any of the overtop fruit, sweet, over oaky notes of the 25 has. It truly is a nice in between.
Yeah. Well, I think of the 10 as when on the finish on the 10, Mike, it's just the leftover impact of the initial upfront flavor
It's
of the
alcohol
punch.
driven, yeah.
Whereas the 25 will sometimes really give you some really cold notes from the casks that really push it up to another level. This is somewhere in between where, yes, I think the casks are giving us a little bit of extra wood smoke, a little bit of really nice refinement, but I wish I got a little bit more of like from the bourbon cask, some of that lemon lime sour that's coming from those bourbon casks. I wish those would come in a little bit more intense on the finish.
Maybe some of the casks were a little dead.
And that could be. And so that's where like the 25s we've had that were ex-bourbon, I thought really kind of shined.
Yes.
And I think that's where this is missing. I'm thinking the old 18s maybe are going to give us a little bit more there. And that, I think, is really the testament. If this is as good as the old one, is really that finish.
We'll find out.
The rest of everything else on here, I mean, it's just
Pretty close.
great. But
yeah, it's pretty close.
yeah, distinguished, well done, excellent whiskey.
All right. If you guys had a chance to try this new 18, we'd like to know what you guys think. Dustin, until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Happy distinguished drinking.
Aristocrat of the Isles. Bye.